All right, guys, it's time to compare male and female American Bullies. Before we get into the differences,
what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Let's talk about similarities within this breed. Now, you all know we just did a video on color. Color is actually synonymous amongst males and females, so you're gonna get it across the board regardless of sex.
They both look the same.
Both have the same.
Next up is lifespan. Yes, how long they're gonna live.
How long do they usually live?
How long do they live?
Long may they live.
And we're looking at 8 to 10 years, irregardless, males or females. Now, if they're living in the house, obviously, that might up the lifespan to maybe 10 to 12 years. Again, irregardless which sex. American Bully is a short coat breed, therefore should require minimal grooming.
That's right!
Now, they do shed, irregardless if it's a male or a female.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
I can only imagine, depending also on the circumstance.
What are you talking about, Willis?
For example, if you got rugs, you're probably gonna see less shedding.
What?
Say what?
Which in reality, they're actually shedding nonetheless. Versus if you have just tile floors where you're gonna be able to see it more and more. So, short coat, minimal grooming, a lot of shedding. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Powerful, powerful. The American Bully is a powerful dog.
Yes, it is.
We all know this. Whether it's a male or a female, they're gonna show you their power. Now, you're gonna notice males may be 30% larger than females from the very same litter. But don't take that as the female not being powerful. You'd be quite surprised. Not only are they more powerful, but they're actually stronger in the mind. And yes, my wife told me to go ahead and say that.
Oh no.
American Bullies aim to please, regardless if it's a male or a female. They're gonna go ahead and aim to please. But I will say, males do aim to please a little bit more than the females do.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna do my part.
Especially if it's that time of the month, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they get that time of the month too. It just doesn't happen every month. It happens around every 6 months. Now, irregardless what you may be hearing, or even the news that are popping up, the American Bully is not an aggressive breed. However, I just got done saying it is a powerful breed.
Powerful.
And it does need a strong, dominant leader. If you're not that strong, dominant leader, you're about to get overran. And if you entitle your dogs, the only way they know how to handle entitlement is by they themselves being your alpha. And the way a dog expresses being alpha is by setting rules and boundaries.
Need rules and boundaries.
They do that with growls. Every now and then they'll even snap on you. So if you don't know what the hell you're doing and you're out here with an American Bully, I would strongly suggest you and your puppy go over to a trainer and get trained and learn how to be a dominant alpha to your dog. But just in case, we have a little video up here that we actually dropped a while back, just to give you an idea how I am alpha to my dogs. Recently, this breed has been getting a black eye because a lot of people want to get into the American Bully breeding because it's very lucrative and there's a lot of money involved. And that's the only thing they see. And they lack the understanding that this is a being and it's also a powerful dog that seeks a leader. Now, these same people that are out here breeding dogs, they don't know the difference between their elbow and their hole when it comes to raising a dog. Then you have an American Bully go out there and attack 22 lambs and kill them and mutilate them, do all sorts of things. Then they got to get shot and killed. Then people in Wales are wanting to ban the American Bully.
I don't know what happened.
You need to ban your stupid citizen that owned those American Bullies.
Without a doubt.
From ever owning an American Bully again. Because obviously dogs are loose and they're out there mutilating sheep and lambs and other animals. There's an obvious lack of control from the owner, regardless what the breed is. This goes for Ireland, Scotland, the UK, and any other European nation wanting to do this. If you think by stopping the docking of tails and ears, all of a sudden, you're gonna make dogs less aggressive, let me tell you something.
Yes, preach!
Why didn't you start by educating your public? If you want the attacks to stop, why didn't you require training classes? Or at least a written test? Right now, you got neither. But you can't dock their ears, so that's gonna make a difference. Whoever wrote that rule down in Ireland, you need yourself to be taking a class.
He should have did his job.
You need to learn what the hell you're talking about. You don't know what you're saying. All right, on to the next one. Seasonal allergies. Seasonal allergies. It happens within this breed. Now, you'll have a purist out there, or you'll just have people that simply want to criticize, which to me, they're all one and the same, saying things like, why would you want to have a breed that has seasonal allergy?
Oh, that was just seasonal allergies.
Well, it's simple, Jack. We like this breed.
That's right.
Not only that, it's not natural for dogs to be eating kibble. If you don't know, I've sat here for a million years and been telling you that the way that kibble is processed, it affects our dogs, and bully breed dogs for that matter, not just American bullies. It lies in the amount of crap that we put into our chickens, and that ends up underneath the layer of skin, which gets fried and added into kibble. And then you have your vet telling you that your dog has chicken skin allergies. And that's because all the crap we put into the chicken, whether it's steroids or anything else, growth hormones, whatever, ends up directly underneath that layer. That's what your dog's allergic to.
I knew it.
This is why I'm such a proponent to raw. I've always said since day one that you must have a multivitamin on board.
Yes, he has.
For us, it's NuVet and NuJoint Plus. This is a multivitamin, and this is joint support. Now, for all medium or large breeds, as you well know, sometimes they have a tendency to grow too fast for the joints to be able to catch up. So if you have a wonky dog that's east-west or high rear, and you just been feeding it nothing but kibble, so guess what? Dietary east-west is a real possibility.
It's true.
We counter dietary east-west with NuVet Plus and NuJoint Plus. I'm gonna go ahead and leave our ordering code right up here because you can't get it without it. Also, you can't buy this in stores. You must only order it online. So go online here and make sure to put this order code. And if you set it to automatic shipping, you will automatically get 13% off. The next thing I wanna tell you about American Bullies is they respond great to positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement, thanks.
It's about offering positive reinforcement.
Now, I could sit here and tell you American Bullies are intelligent.
I'm listening.
And let me just say this, they are.
But what?
But they are not the smartest dog out there.
Oh, man.
That doesn't mean that they're stupid. It just means you may have to work a little with them, and positive reinforcement is gonna go a very long way.
Yep.
Which then that brings us to their exercise needs. Yes, exercise needs, and I don't mean just walking the dog down the street so they could poop and then bringing them back in. That's really. This breed needs 1 to 2 hours of exercise daily. Now, I will say there are some exceptions. Temperatures above 85 degrees, I will always say proceed with caution. I have literally for the last 2 months not been able to exercise my dogs, even if I wanted to, because it has been at 91 degrees at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, I got
Yeah, but barring something drastic like that, you should be able to exercise them within an hour to 2 hours a day. It's gonna give you a lot of positives. First, you're gonna have a calm dog.
Check.
Second, you're gonna have a fit dog.
Check.
Third, you're gonna lower the anxiety on your dog. Why do I say anxiety? Because the American Bully is the type of dog you could actually keep in an apartment and it's pretty much chill all the time. Except when you grab your keys and now it knows it wants to go somewhere. Which then leads me to the crazy tail. They have a tail that's just gonna whack you all over the place. Slap you around. You're not gonna know what hit you. They might just knock over an ornament or two.
I'm just saying.
And it's just all that pent up energy that they've had that they haven't been able to exercise. So, exercise 1 to 2 hours a day. Keeps them balanced, keeps them out of trouble. Which then leads me to home crate training. You see, some of you like to just have a dog in the house, let them do whatever they want, lay down on the sofa. Some of y'all even throw them in the bed with you. And that would definitely violate the rule I told you from the very beginning that this is a powerful breed and they need a dominant alpha.
You guys need an alpha.
Or leader. I could care less how you name it. So crate training is a wonderful tool. Yes, tool. Just hear me out. When the dog gets used to being in the crate, it's gonna make it easier to housebreak, gonna give them confidence that they have a space in the entire house for themselves no matter what. By the way, don't ever scold a dog inside of the crate. You gotta realize that that's their safe spot. Make sure you respect that as well.
Respect.
Lastly, it gives you a secure place where to put your dog if, say, you have visitors or just there's a situation where he needs to be put away. Too many of you that don't know anything about powerful dogs such as these want to entitle the dog and give it rights that it doesn't even know it has and treat it as a child when it is not a child, it is a dog. It is when those lines are blurred and you step over them that you run into trouble with this and any other medium to large breed. So if you're allowing your dog to lay down on the sofa whenever it wants, I suggest you start working on that. If they're sleeping in the same bed as you, I suggest you really check yourself. If they've already growled at you or snapped at you, it means you have long crossed that line and allowed them to step all over you. And I strongly suggest you find yourself a trainer. Now let's talk maturity for the males and the females. Males actually hit mental maturity anywhere between 30 and 36 months, whereas females can hit mental maturity a lot sooner, somewhere between 20 and 24 month-ish. Physically, again, males between 30 and 36 months, that's when they're going to be usually fully grown. Females, again, I don't know if it's because nature intended to, usually between 24 to 30 months is when they're going to be completely mature as far as body's concerned. Sexual maturity, however, for males is as early as 12 months. Now, females literally can be as young as that. However, we're very much against you breeding a dog at that age, and we strongly suggest you wait at minimum 18 to 24 months. Now let's get into temperament-wise and specific detail.
Please, just give us one detail.
At home, a male American Bully is typically going to be friendlier than, say, a female. Not to say that the female's going to be aggressive. It just takes a little bit more to get her to trust you. And thus, the male, he's pretty much giving it all to you right off the bat. What are their attention demands as an owner? They're pretty equal. They do ask to be petted. Never allow them to actually come over to you and put their paws on you and tell you, hey, it's time to pet me. Remember what I told you guys from the beginning. You must be a clear-cut leader to these dogs. Remember the crate training I was just talking to you guys about? I usually pet my dogs when I let them out the crate in that specific area. And then I don't pet them again until we come back to that area. I'm not being bossy or unloving. The last thing I need is to be dressed to go out and have my dog come and jump on me when I'm sitting on the sofa. So they have it very clear that our main petting areas is gonna be right around the crate, whether you're coming out or you're going in. That doesn't mean I will not pet them in another situation, but I've done it enough times where they just don't come and jump on top of me or request to be petted in a forceful way. And again, that goes back to being a leader.
They holler if you hear me now.
Desire to please. The males, by far, in my opinion, have a higher desire to please than the females. That doesn't mean that the females don't have a desire to please. They do. But a male will drop his world in order to just please you, whereas the female will cautiously put down whatever they're doing first, look around, and then come and please you. They both please you, but in their own particular ways. When it comes to family bonding, I think this is pretty interesting. Males like to bond with the whole family. Females will bond with the whole family, but they have a special human. Perfect example, my girl Azu. Whenever she's around me, my wife could have a piece of bacon in her hand. It don't matter. I'm her favorite human, and if we're in a petting session, she's not gonna go get bacon until she's done with me. Nope. Or better yet, I'm done with her. Be the leader. Now, as far as family protection, guys, I think either one, whether male or female, is indifferent. They will protect you. Now, I have said in the past, American Bullies are not the best security dogs. They're just not. They don't have that in them. Especially when you're talking about property or large areas. They need to be trained for that. But in your house, if somebody knocks, or Lord forbid, somebody tries to invade, the American Bully's gonna protect its pack like any other breed. So how are males and females different when there's a new dog on the property? Well, I can tell you an adult male is gonna be okay with females. In fact, he just sees it as another potential mate. Therefore, you can only imagine how receptive he would be to a female coming in. Now, if it's a male, obviously, he's gonna see it as competition and that other male is about to get checked. Not only is he gonna get checked, he's gonna be put in his place almost immediately. That male wants to let him know, this is my territory that you're coming into and you are beneath me.
You're beneath me.
This is important because it shows territorial rights to that new male coming in. And in addition, it also lets him know that all the females you see here belong to me. Be very, very careful when you're bringing on another new male onto a property, especially if that male happens to be an alpha himself.
Definitely an alpha male.
You may just be prepping up for a fight. You don't even know it. As far as females are concerned, they're gonna go ahead and check every and anything that comes through there, especially if it's another female. Much like the male, they're gonna let them know, this is my property and you're obviously beneath me. Crazy as this may sound, if it's a good-looking male, the female might, want to check him a little bit and then kind of give him a little wink, a little tail wag. Yeah, I've seen it. They're gonna try and check him at first, but I don't know. They kind of recognize. Damn! You know what I mean? Now, what's the difference between males and females when you go out in public with them?
I don't know.
I can tell you males become very independent. They also become more tolerant of other males because they understand that they're outside of their own property. So they know they're stepping on other property that doesn't belong to them, and therefore they become more tolerant. Now that doesn't mean he's just gonna let another dog show up and hump on him. But if there is a dog with a tail high in the air, he is not necessarily gonna go up there and challenge like he would if, say, he was in his own property. Females, however, I've noticed when they're outside of their property, they're more on guard with, more than anything, their owner.
I understand.
They don't necessarily want to venture out or be too independent. They also become less territorial and more tolerant. Now, when I say that, let me say this. Their human space, meaning their owner, the immediate space around their human, they will protect that.
No doubt.
So make no mistake about that. Now, as far as them venturing out into another dog's territory,
Stare down.
that's where you're going to see that the females don't want to go there, and they're definitely going to be a lot more tolerant. So how do males and females react when there's a dog in heat? I can tell you immediately, a male's going to become more territorial. Any male that it sees within that particular area, he will become aggressive too. It's just a hormonal reaction, fam. They smell the estrogen in the air, testosterone production goes through the roof, and you know it's about to go down. Now, females, wonderful females, aren't they? Whenever females go in heat, believe it or not, the possibility of there being a fight amongst females goes up. Some about that estrogen in the air that starts triggering the other females as well. I've noticed that whenever you have, say, 2 or 3 females at the same time in heat, there's always that one that becomes irritated easily, and you could be leading up to a fight, which is one of the reasons why whenever we have various females in heat, we let them out separately, because we've already been down that road and we know what happens. Dog food attitude. Yes, dog food attitude. Some of y'all out here plan on buying the same kibble for the next 10 years of your dog's life, thinking your dog will happily eat it over and over again without questioning you, this human leader. Wrong.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Fact of the matter is, females become very bored of food very fast. Yes. And you'll know they become bored because they simply won't eat it. How about them apples? So even though I'm not a proponent for kibble,
Oh, hell no.
because I just learned that you could get salmonella from kibble. Yeah, salmonella. Victor just had to recall some food because of salmonella. You always have dummies writing to me talking about, oh, I don't feed my dog raw because of salmonella. Well, then maybe you shouldn't feed it kibble either. So if you're not feeding kibble and you're not feeding raw, I wonder what you're gonna feed. Water? All right, let me get back to it. Females can definitely get bored a lot faster with whether it's kibble or even raw, guys. You gotta mix it up. Even if you're feeding raw every 2 days, you gotta switch it up. Otherwise, the dog's just gonna start leaving the food on the plate. Now, the males, on the other hand, they're a little bit more tolerant to it. I've noticed for whatever reason, you can feed them the same food for a lot longer before they get bored, but they will get bored. When they do, it's game over. They simply won't eat. But the beauty of it all is the minute you switch it up on them, they go nuts. They eat everything that's there.
No way.
One way that we've been switching it up is with K9 Super Supplements.
What are you talking about?
Right here, we have a weight gainer. This I only give to dogs that are 2 years or older. Now, I know I don't like to over-proteinate my dogs. I know it says 75% protein and 20% fat, but keep in mind, this is just a supplement. You're just putting in a little scoop into either their kibble or their barf diet, and just that alone, based on its flavor, based on what you're giving them, it changes up the entire composition, and the dog's no longer bored.
Wow.
Now, I want you to know this is a 3-pound bag. It will last you quite a bit, and it's the only bag that actually has our logo. And to make it even better, we're giving you a 15% discount when you use our coupon code QBNK100. So whether you're trying to gain mass, or you need a puppy formula, or you're simply trying to just change the flavoring on the kibble or barf, check out K9 Super Supplements. That's 15% discount, no matter what you order. All you gotta do is type in K9 Super Supplements on Google search, click on this link. Once it takes you to the page, click on the drop down, then on puppy formula. I suggest you get the $49.99 puppy formula for 3 pounds. Once there, you're gonna go ahead and click for payment options. I wanna show you something. Scroll all the way to the very bottom, and you're gonna see where you could actually put in the discount code. Our discount code is QBNK100. Once you put it on there, go ahead and click apply, and you're gonna see the 15% discount be applied to it. One other thing I wanna tell you about dog food when it comes to this particular breed. Way back in the day.
Just like back in the day.
We tested out food that actually included corn. And wouldn't you know it, corn actually turns into straight sugar. And we had dogs bing, 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 flying around. It actually makes them hyper. It's like feeding sugar to a child. Stay away from corn. So how are American bullies around other animals? Well, as long as they have been exposed to the other animal ever since they were pups, I will say the American bully's pretty cool. Now, if you have a 3-year-old dog that all of a sudden you happen to get, I wouldn't bring them to be meeting like, say, a bunny or something like that. The way you actually do it right off the bat is you actually get a cloth and say you have a bunny, you rub it on the bunny, and then you bring it to the dog and let him smell it a couple times. When you do bring the bunny around the dog or the dog around the bunny, make sure the bunny's in a cage. Yeah, That will help. And then after the dog's been around the bunny for about a month or maybe 2 months, when you feel comfortable, then you may want to grab the bunny and bring him out while you're holding him and let the dog sniff on him. If the dog sniffs on him, just walks away, that's a very good sign. Still want to put the bunny down, because the minute that bunny runs, it may just activate the dog's drive.
Pray.
Yeah, it remembers it's got some wolf in them. So again, this not only goes for American Bullies, goes for any dogs. If they haven't been exposed to other animals and you get them while they're 3, be very, very careful. Personal space. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, it really doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. They want to give you zero personal space.
Let's not get sensitive this evening.
Sometimes American Bullies could actually be very needy.
Well, I can get a little needy.
To the point where if you go to the bathroom, they will actually follow you and want to smell things that you normally wouldn't want them to be smelling out in public or in private for that matter. So again, set boundaries, fam. My dogs already know. You can't go with me to the bathroom. And last and certainly not least, the sound of any type of food wrappings coming from the fridge. It really doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. You're about to see a 4-legged missile running towards your direction. They're gonna wanna see exactly what you're eating. They're gonna wanna sniff it from the air. Regardless what they do, do not give it to them. If you're gonna give treats, remember that crate we was talking about? Yeah, that's where you give it to them. Otherwise, you're gonna reinforce entitlement that they could have what it is that you're eating, and they may just put their legs up on your kitchen counter and eat your hamburger. True story. Well, guys, I hope the all in all that we've given you on the males and females of the American Bully gives you a little bit of insight as to our breed. I know there's plenty of videos out there. Some of them even sound robotic.
Like, hey, we're 3, 4, 6, 8. The American Bully is such an intelligent dog. Blah, blah, blah.
It's all crap. Nothing beats our experience. Yeah, I almost forgot. The old anal gland. Yeah, all dogs have anal glands. American Bullies do too. Males and female. But I'm about to share something with you. Do not let your groomer expel your dog's anal gland.
That's gross.
Once it gets expelled once, you're going to be paying that dude every single month to expel it. And trust me, you're going to want for it to get expelled. That thing smells like somebody opened a freaking can of sardines and put it like right under your nose. It's really the most disgusting thing you can smell. Well, I don't know. You guys have smelled some pretty disgusting things. But yeah, anal gland. Leave it alone. And our way of telling you things. Guys, it's been Raul from the Q. Catching you on the next one.